In the 1980s, Israel's economy was on the verge of collapse. Inflation was over 350%. People stopped using their own currency, and for a small country surrounded by hostile neighbors with no natural resources, the future looked bleak. Today, Israel is one of the richest, most advanced economies on Earth. It makes some of the world's most cutting-edge technology, and its GDP per capita is higher than Germany, Japan, even Canada. How did this happen? And can other struggling countries do the same? Let's be honest. On paper, Israel shouldn't be this rich. It's a tiny country on the edge of the Mediterranean, with just 9.4 million people. It's surrounded by countries it can't trade with. It has little arable land, almost no oil, and no major manufacturing base. In 2009, over 5% of its GDP went just to pay for energy imports. That's not how economic success usually starts. But despite all of that, today Israel has a GDP of nearly $500 billion. Its economy is bigger than Ireland's, more productive than France, and more innovative than most of the EU. So, what happened? Go back to the early 1980s. Israel was in economic chaos. Inflation hit 370%. Prices were doubling in months. People stopped using the Israeli shekel altogether. They used US dollars instead, because no one trusted their own currency anymore. This wasn't just about prices. It destroyed trust. Businesses couldn't plan. Contracts became worthless. And the government was stuck printing more money just to survive. Sound familiar? It's the same story we've seen in Turkey, Lebanon, Argentina, countries where inflation makes the future impossible to plan for. But unlike many others, Israel found a way out. In 1985, Israel hit reset. The government launched an emergency plan. Step 1, cut government spending. No more pumping new money into the economy through bloated budgets. Step 2, create a new currency. They introduced the new Israeli shekel, NIS, and promised it wouldn't fall apart like the old one. Step 3, make the central bank independent. No more political interference. Let the Bank of Israel raise rates and manage inflation like a real central bank. Step 4, let the shekel drop in value. Yes, this made imports more expensive in the short term, but it made exports cheaper and helped rebuild domestic trust in the currency. Step 5, encourage people to use it. The government offered fair exchange rates and built confidence. Within 5 years, inflation dropped. People started using the shekel again. And most importantly, the economy began to grow. By the late 80s, Israel's economy was stable, but that wasn't enough. They needed growth. And in the 1990s, that growth came from two things: natural gas. Offshore discoveries reduced energy imports, immigration. After the fall of the Soviet Union, nearly 1 million highly educated workers moved to Israel. This was a gold mine of talent, scientists, engineers, doctors, all suddenly part of Israel's economy. But the smartest move? The government didn't just hope the economy would grow, it helped build it. Today, Israel is called the startup nation, and for good reason. It spends more on research and development than almost any other country. It leads in semiconductors, cybersecurity, medical tech, and military hardware. It even imports raw diamonds, cuts and polishes them, and resells them globally with massive profit margins. Tourism helps too, but only accounts for 2% of GDP. The real engine is brains, not beaches. Foreign companies from the US and Europe now open research labs in Tel Aviv to tap into this talent. The area is sometimes called Silicon Wadi, a Middle Eastern echo of Silicon Valley. Here's the key insight. Israel didn't just throw money at innovation. It got private investors involved by offering tax breaks and zero-interest loans. This way, investors still risked their own capital, so they picked winners. But the government gave them tools to go further, without wasting public money. It's a model other countries are studying closely. Israel also benefited from its unique position. A small market forced its companies to go global from day one. They weren't building for 9 million people. They were building for the world. Israel had every excuse to fail. No oil, no trade partners, constant security threats, hyperinflation, limited land. But it turned things around. Not by luck, but by doing the hard things, making painful cuts, trusting institutions, investing in people, building industries that mattered. This story proves something simple but powerful. You don't need to be rich in resources to become a rich country. You just need the right policies, trust in your system, and a clear goal. GDP, $488 billion. Population, 9.4 million GDP per capita. $52,000 top sectors: tech, defense, semiconductors, diamonds, stability score, solid, despite regional risks, growth, averaging 7% per year net global image. A rare example of economic resilience if stories like this give you hope and make you rethink what's possible in economic policy, then subscribe to InnerEconomics. We break down complex systems into simple stories that show how the world really works.